There you go.
We're back here live from Radio Row in Los Angeles, and I am holding right now the Bellator MMA Championship belt right here. This belongs to AJ Mercenary McKee. He's a Long Beach native. He recently defeated a perennial two division champion Petrico Pitbull to become Bellator MMA featherweight world champion. Uh, AJ, how you doing, man?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, this is dope, man. We'll talk about this belt real quick.
Well, man, I've been chasing that thing for 18 fights. Finally
Yeah.
got it. So, yeah, that's my baby. I entered in the tournament. I think it was early 2017. Suffered knee surgery through the tournament and COVID.
Yeah.
So it was a long journey, but I finally got my first world title. Yeah, that's my baby.
Now instead of chasing, now you're being chased.
Oh, no, I'm still chasing.
Are you still chasing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you're the number one ranked pound for pound fighter in Bellator. What's that feeling like?
I just kind of set new goals for myself, man, and like I said, keep chasing. You know, that's the motivation for me. You know, like I've always kind of followed Floyd. You know what I mean? So being undefeated, that whole mindset, just being different.
Now, you were coached by your father through all of this. Tell us a little bit about that relationship between you guys.
Man, that's a different. It's a relationship, a friendship. You know what I mean? He's a mentor. He's everything you can kind of ask for in one. So I got the complete package with him, man. I'm blessed to have a father like him, a coach like him, a mentor. He's been not just such a big impact in my life, but everybody else within the gym as well. So man, hats off to him. He's I call him a character. You never know what you're gonna get with him.
And you train with a friend of our show, Sean Merritt.
Yeah.
Talk about that, man. He's a big deal in the fighting industry as well.
Oh, definitely. He loves fighting, man. We get in there, move around.
Really?
I remember the first time he threw a punch at me and I blocked it, but I felt the power in it. I was like, oh, don't get hit with that. Man, so yeah, it's nice to be able to kind of go into a different environment. You know what I mean? Step into the football world, had a football player step into our world. I done a little training with OT, Jordan Bell, you know what I mean? So yeah, all kind of guys come into the gym. So doors are always open, you know what I mean? We don't be in there trying to hurt each other. It's really like a family, you know what I mean? We pray out at the end of the day and everything. So body shop's real, man. It's real. Yeah.
Man, yeah, because you see all the time on just the fights, right? Training up to it, leading up to a fight. How hard is that?
Man, honestly, I feel like the fight camp is harder than the fight for me. Like once I get in the cage, it's like it's go time. Like I'm about to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, the training camp, man, the preparation going into it is key. You know, you have a good camp, everything goes smooth, like weight cuts easy, you know, so I feel like that really helps out my mindset as well when you step into the cage.
I know that'd be hard for me. You got to cut weight.
Yeah.
Long Beach native. You played football growing up. I see here for Snoop Dogg's SYFL. How did football like kind of help you?
Man, that was always my dream to play football. But I was really a little dude. I was probably 98 pounds, 4'8".
Really?
So, yeah, until about my junior year of high school. So I was tiny. But man, I just love football. You know, it's more of a teamwork sport. You know what I mean? Versus like I grew up wrestling as well. So
Okay.
wrestling is team, but it's individual too at the same time. So football, man, it was just a team sport. You know what I mean? You really got to go with your friends, go hang out at the park, kick it on the weekend.
Right.
Like that's kind of as kids what we grew up on. So football was always it kind of was a different path. You know what I mean? It was a different path, and man, it's different from the fight world. I tell you that much.
And you talk about preparation, especially going into fights, and not even looking at, a week out, a month out for a fight. Like how far in advance of the fight you schedule?
Usually 6 to 8 weeks. Like a good fight camp.
And then when you're looking at just the preparation when it comes to diet, when it comes to mentally, when it comes to physically, and even just asking this question, I'm thinking about back in the day. I think when Kimbo Slice was fighting, and he talked about having to be celibate for like 6 months and having that really be a part of the routine, and that might not even be part of your routine. What are some, like, not really odd things, but what are things you have to cut out, especially to get yourself prepared?
Definitely key things, man. I would say nutrition is key. I be on the Snickers way too much. I kind of keep that in my diet. It's still in my diet. I don't be tripping. a little sugar, you need that.
Definitely.
But yeah, I would say nutrition, running is a big key, man. I picked that up for the boxers. I would say 2 camps ago. I just started running. My weight cuts were easy. You know what I mean? The weight comes off because your body's like it's in the groove. You know what I mean? It's like a machine. It knows what it's doing. It knows what time it is. So I don't know. It's man, fighting is different because one little thing can be off and it really impact your entire mental state, everything. You know what I mean? Like my last fight, I was a .2 over, and like I knew I was .2 over, but I couldn't get it off. I woke up in the morning, I was just hurting. I was like, man, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ride the bike until I sweat. You know what I mean? You break that sweat, I'm like, that's got to be .2. You know? So it's like it's little things like that, but it's like I didn't run as much my last game. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like mental mindset is key, man. And I just my mindset where I'm at, with my skill set, God given gift, man. I know my path, man. And I'm here to take over.
Yeah, and how do you deal with that mental strain too? I mean, like you said, you might want to Snickers, but you might have to pass it, and sometimes you get in with that comfort food. Like, how do you keep your brain in that mode?
I would say just knowing after you settle down, after the fight's over, every fighter kind of has their story. You know what I mean? You go out, you go in for a couple weeks, you got your in and out canes, in and out blueberry muffins, like you be on everything. So you kind of go in a little bit, but I mean, I feel like that's the reward. You know what I mean? That's the whole part of the sacrifice of the job. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure everything's dialed in and tuned in to a T. Because if it's not one little mistake, then it can be detrimental.
Grew up a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
But you still, you're still from LA, so Long Beach, but you're still repping the Rams, man. Talk about that.
Yeah.
What's it feeling like for you seeing the Rams in the Super Bowl?
It's dope, man. OBJ, that was one of my favorite players. Just watching new series wise. So shit, it's Rams not really Super Bowl, man. I called it low key, but I didn't mean to say it, but I said it. Yeah, man, it's exciting. It's out here. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna go up. Probably have a little party at the house or something. Have all the friends over.
Yeah. So, what's next for you? Do you have any fights coming up?
They're talking in the mix of Patricio getting his rematch. So that could be in the mix. I don't care. I'm ready. So I'm just waiting on the phone call.
So if you have that fight and you win that, do you put his name back on his belt?
Oh, it's already. I was gonna put like a diamond 2 over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you mark that asterisk?
I was gonna put ×2. Black it out. You know what I mean? Like,
love
and
disrespect.
love it.
And this belt got some weight, man. I wasn't like, even when I grabbed it, I wasn't really. I guess I'm so used to the plastic. It's like the first. It's like the first time you hold a gun, and you're not expecting it to be that heavy, and it's like, wow. So but no, I really like the energy of even just having names over there. Is that something like you, especially even getting it prepared for fights? Is this something that you look at, like you said, you want to put a diamond next to the rematch? Is this something that really gives you like motivation? Is it the belt, or is it more energy?
So for me, honestly, it was securing the bag at first. It was that $1 million check. Like I needed that, and then obviously being a world champ. So getting the title, but I mean having all the names on it, man. Like I fought probably like five people on here. Yeah, I think 4. But then it's like I've had 18 fights in the division, so it's like this is everybody in the top of the division for the organization. So it's like have all those names on there. I'm like, man, what's next? Who's next? You know. And Pitbull, like you said, he was the champ. So that was something I've been wanting to do. That's why I carry both belts. Let him know, like I want both them belts. Like, he gave it to his brother, so I think we have to make the family fair. So.
You want the smoke? You want the smoke?
Yeah.
And it's ironic you say that because in football, like you see teams that win the championship, they win the Super Bowl, right? And then they kind of fall off the next year. How do you make sure that you see you got the belt, you're holding it, and you got the bag, which you said you wanted to secure. But how do you make sure that you don't, kind of like take wrong?
Man, just set myself new goals. You know what I mean? Like you said, I know I'm the target, but I got my own target. Okay. So that's what I'm focused on. Okay. Everything else, you know what I mean, is behind me. We'll keep going forward.
Yeah, that's you. We've been asking folks that come on our show, where do you go eat in here while we're in
I would say Open Sesame.
Open Sesame? What's that?
It's like a Middle Eastern spot.
Oh, we
It's
gotta
gas.
go. Is that
Gas.
is that in Long Beach? Or?
There's one in Long Beach. I think they just put one out in like Beverly Hills too. Yeah.
So
There's
this
the
is
one on
not-
2nd Street in Long Beach, so that's the spot.
No, we could.
They got 2 restaurants
We
on one
definitely
street.
want-
That's how you know it's fine.
That's how you know.
They got 2 spots.
I hear all the black exits in Long Beach too. So
Yeah.
is that where we need to be?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. The beach is
Say
where
what,
it's
say
at.
what, say what. Nice. All right, so when you win your next fight, man, we're gonna have to come out and check you out, man.
Pull up. Doors are always open, man. We're borderline Long Beach Lakewood. We're in Lakewood, 4129 South Street. Pull up.
Yeah, so don't do that. All right, that's AJ Mercenary McKee. We appreciate your time.
Anytime.
All right, we'll be right back with more guests here live from Radio Row.